Let me grab these cats. Oh gosh, there he is. Good morning.
Alrighty.
Good morning. Hey, Doc. How's it
Hey.
on you?
Oh good. It's a Chuck Moore.
Yeah, just woke up in Neil LaRocca's kid's room where I'm staying tonight for the tournament.
Mm.
Let's see, right? $7,400, Meph?
Yeah, I think where are we at? 73 hundo. So we've beaten last year's total at 6 a.m.
Man,
So we've exceeded.
Chat Gang is incredible.
We've done it.
Well, there's beautiful man right there.
Good morning, Jack.
Alrighty.
You wanna-
Well, all your other friends are in. I will love and leave you and catch you all later.
All right, later, man. Thank you so
We
much
can
for.
all-
I'm gonna have to go watch the
No.
VOD of my own show later.
Yeah. I'll catch you all later. I'll love you and leave you. Thank you, everyone. Been good chatting with you, Chat Gang.
Later. All right, so there's the start collecting. So that's that.
So I'm gonna say mad props for the Scourge Fleet props because they're awesome, and for Harkiron. So it was an enjoyable
All right.
end of that block.
So the easiest way to do this is actually going to be to go backwards. The way it sort of reverse orders my spreadsheet here.
You need me to leave and come back out, or
No,
Let's
if you can handle a couple draws and or wait, what do you got? What's my punishment? I'm sorry. What's my fitness?
listen, it's morning. You just gotta get the blood flowing. Just 20 jumping jacks.
All right. I'm going to do this and then I'll do the 20 jumping jacks. All right.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So the easiest way to do this backwards. So we got. So we'll do Blood Bowl team start collecting box and then the Luke Stone the Cinderfall Gaming shirt.
Okay.
So what did I say? I said Blood Bowl. Sorry, Blood Bowl. The exact same team I own. So if you win the Blood Bowl team, you'll be like me. SC box of choice shirt.
Well, so are you above the floating KO right now, Chuck? Or are you like next to it? So are you above?
I'm 2 floors above Neil's floating KO.
So you're in the ether sphere, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, I am. I'm where Croak should have sent Kragnos at the end of his book, as opposed to Looney Tuning him like 100 miles away to some corn fort.
All right. Do you want to hear my hot take on that whole thing?
Yes.
So I know everybody's like, "Oh, this is so stupid." Kragnos is just distracted by a shiny and literally just like goes and flies off. That's so unrealistic. That will literally never happen.
Blood Bowl team first. Cool, right? Keep going.
All right. Okay. So that's literally what happened to Hitler in World War II. He literally was about to take over the world. Then he was like, "But I hate Russia." And then he decided to try and go take over St. Petersburg. And it was like, dude, you're winning the war. Why would you go over that? And like, because I hate Russia. And then he lost everything. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Nope. Good.
All right.
Good
Hades
point.
Death God wins the Punga Minis Blood Bowl Necromantic Undead Blood Bowl team.
Nice.
Go ahead and do another draw. This is then the start collecting box of choice.
Like the Meph got that back there.
Jolly has won that.
Congrats.
Congratulations. That's something.
And then the shirt. It should be Matt Hornt.
go.
Or match, as it were. All right, now the Mega Gargant. Continue talking. This one takes a little bit more.
So, do you get to go to any of the CrossFit games, Paul, since you live up there? Is they're happening right now?
I did not. I did get to ride past my bike and wave and see all the immensely fit people. They're so much more fit than I am.
You're living in the fittest part of the world right now with all those people there.
Apparently, yeah. So it's a nice little sign. There are a ton of people around, so it's been pretty cool.
It's been, it's like between that and the Olympics, it's just like fun keeping up with that sort of craziness. It's like, holy crap. But
It's been a lot.
so I've been at a Triumph and Treachery event, the Ren 4 event this weekend. I got one more game to go, and I'm trying to not have my narrative hero Terathi killed at all. But I'm on a table with Slanesh, with Craig, so I should be okay. We'll probably partner up, and then 2 Mega Gargant armies, and I'm in Gur, and there's like beasts everywhere.
The
gonna be a
Mega
tough
Gargant
one.
winner is DJ Push Start. So that's a Mega Gargant and a customized dice tray. I want to say one thing real quick about that. That will come as 2 separate packages because I'm not unboxing the dice tray. It's in this nice little flat, like vacuum sealed envelope thing. So I'm just gonna slap my own label on that and ship that. I'm not opening that, so it'll be 2 packages. But yeah, so there's that. So yeah,
Nice.
all the winners so far, and now we're into the coffee and hobby hangout with Chat Gang for the painted Curse box, painted Curse City box set. So this is any other stream, this would be the grand prize because this thing is fantastic, super glorious.
Yeah, that's
So,
incredible.
I gotta do
Team
20
Grand
jumping
Prize.
jacks now, everybody.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I do feel kind of bad. I'm telling you to do workout stuff while I'm literally still sitting in the bed I slept in,
no, it's
waking
all right.
up 10 minutes ago.
No, I need to wake up. I gotta go make coffee just after this, and then people donated, so I have to physically paint a model, like live on a camera for the first time in like
Nice.
probably since before like lockdown 1. So, like,
Yeah.
All was you painting OBR.
Yeah. Yep. Last time I painted something on stream, I had just gotten all my Ossiarch Bone Reaper models, and I was excited to go to Wapaka. The fool. Excuse me.
So is one of the Mega Gargant army thing, Matt?
No, Matt brought his Lumineth. With Carl Mon and Steven Matta. They're from one's local to here and up near Akron. I think I'm near Akron, and the other one's Columbus, like kind of like the lead of the Columbus Club. So it'll be a good time.
Nice.
But I gotta wheel and deal. I gotta see what I can pull off. Like last game, I lost 1 model somehow. I managed to wheel and deal, and like I pulled back to live, and they were thinking I was up to something, and then they started fighting each other. I just kind of let it happen, and I just took objective. So I gotta Triumph and Treachery, baby.
Right,
You gotta
go make coffee and then grab some painting supplies.
Nice. I was at the bottom tables with Matt at the Atlantic City Open, and he offered to sell me his army after Game 4. I should have taken him up on it.
Actually, what's real funny is our friend Roger. He was on the ETC team 2 years ago. He's taking it, I think, to Summer Slaughter. So like, and the best part is like the weekend after or 2 weeks after Matt had his bad run in at ACO, he took it to a 1-dayer in Pittsburgh and took the event with ease. It's just
I
like
saw that.
what?
Yeah.
He picked up Cragnos with it too, so like he's full.
Nice.
He's full in.
He's committed.
Yeah.
I really wanted to like message him and be like, I'll totally buy that army now. Like, I'll
You should. You should just
buy that army from you. Yeah. No, it was. it's awesome to get back to going to events, like going to ACO and just like being around people who play armies
Mhm.
and like have gorgeous painted stuff is just amazing.
Yeah, I know. I got NashCon later this month. I'm excited. The Orlando GW thing,
Nice.
and I got my vacation mixed in. Like it's a crazy month for me for traveling. So world better just be cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
Just be
everybody
cool, world.
behave, calm down, simmer down now.
Can all of the government take a 6-month break for our safety, please? Like, just
Yeah.
go away. Stop doing things. We don't care.
Hmm. Um, yeah, it was awesome to go to the ACO because that's the first East Coast event I've ever
Mhm.
been to, and it's just like, so I was talking with Martin, and Martin's like, "Oh, you know this guy," and I'm like, "No, I have never met him." Like his stuff is amazing, and his brother's stuff is amazing, but like, who are these people? I have absolutely no idea. So it
Oh, you
was
met Caleb and Scooter.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, they're cool guys.
yeah. So it was just yeah. Plus, it was the first event that my wife came to, so like that was a completely different uh thing as well because I was like, oh, we're on vacation and when I go to on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and I'm like, but I have to go play Warhammer, but I love playing Warhammer, right? Like, but like on Friday night, I was like, I'm not gonna go drink because I'm gonna go hang out with my wife, and then on Saturday night, I'm like, I'm not gonna go drink because I'm gonna go on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. So it
I know
was
what you mean.
a dichotomy of vacations for sure.
And I need to get my reps in. Like I played one game yesterday, and they're a little bit
Uh-huh.
longer since 4 players, but like I was just wiped. Like I had to get coffee. Like I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle 3 games in one day anymore. I'm so out of practice with it.
Mm-hmm. I know, like that third game, I was like, all right, but it was okay because the first game that I played at ACO was the first game of AOS that I played in 18 months. Like, I'd read the core
Oh yeah,
rules like 2 more times, but also, 3.0 was coming, so like I wasn't super invested in knowing 2.0 anymore. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
yeah, thankfully I played an awesome guy from Seattle with Mega Gargant, so like we had time to like be like, what does this rule do again? What am I supposed to do? I was just like,
That's hilarious.
I'm gonna try and we'll see how it goes. So
Well, it's like you're like me. Like you're at an event. It's like we're not swinging for the top tables. Let's figure
yeah,
this out and have some fun. If
yeah.
your opponent's in the same mindset, it's all for the best.
Hmm. I mean, if I got enough games in, then I'd be like, okay, maybe I have a chance. But like at the moment, it's just like, all right, I got in 6 games of AS 3.0 so far. Like that's amazing for me. That might be more games than I had of 2.0, right? Like, but
That's awesome.
yeah,
Hey, you just
yeah,
keep getting the reps. Keep getting the reps. We got like
yeah.
Decepticon's gonna be here before we all know it.
Oh man, I am excited, super excited. So
Yeah, that'll be crazy.
yeah, is yeah, is gonna be crazy for sure. Um, yeah. uh, I've been super pumped about Path to Glory because 5 of my games have been Path to Glory games, so that's been a
Nice.
super ton of fun.
What
Um,
army are you doing for it?
I am doing a Squigglelanche as
Nice.
a that was my lockdown army. It's right when everything started shutting down. I sent my wife to the Warhammer store. I was like, I need a gigantic squig. I need this. I called our local Warhammer store manager. I was like, I need you to put away these 3 box sets for me, and my wife is going to come in and pay for them because I'm out of town right now. But I need them to finish my army.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. And my wife was like, yes, I will go buy me miniatures because like who knows how long you're gonna be doing this. So
Yeah. I know. I got what do I got? I got one more Dominion model to paint when I get back and base
nice.
them real quick, which will be very
Hmm.
simple. And I get to start working. I have 1,000 points of Raging Heroes,
Hmm.
Daughters of Cain type models to
Yeah.
paint something different. I'm gonna use it as my Path to Glory force. I can't wait to just get into them.
Nice. Are they resin or metal?
They're resins, and actually, like I've always loved the sculpts, but I forgot,
Mhm.
didn't realize that they're not like the heroic scale, so they're a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like, woo, it's gonna be a different type of miniatures to be painting, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. No, and
I believe
I'd be much happier with those. Go ahead.
I said, believe it or not, I'll be painting Daughters of Cain here after I finish my 2 Dominion boxes.
Nice.
Yeah, I would much rather paint and assemble the Raging Hero stuff in resin than in metal, because trying to pin those tiny little joints is just like, oh man. I got the riders of the Lions of Allahan from Confrontation, kind of when I first started collecting miniatures, and it's like, oh my goodness, these joins are so tiny. Like, I couldn't even pin them, even if I could find something small enough to go in, because I can't find a drill bit that would actually go in. And there's actually no length of which the pin would go in. So it's just like, all right. I ended up selling them off at one point. It's just like, all right, well, I've got like 3 broken top knots, and like this thing is broken. Like, but yeah, like the metal was like, 2 millimeters thick for the top knot. So you just brush it with your hand and just look, boom, gone. And and you can't pin something 2 millimeters thick no matter how hard you try. So yeah.
Oh, I had my first Canary tail break yesterday at the event. I can't believe I've gone this long. Like it fell on the floor. I just watched it fall, and I dropped them before. I was like, I'll just bounce and whatever. And like a tail snapped. I was like, huh, am I a real Daughters of Cain player now? Like this is my first one. I glued it back together and it held. So I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna pin it, I guess now. But
Nice.
oh,
It's the
it's talking about fiddly. It's like, how did that? What? Okay.
yeah, it's like the Lumineth spears, right? Like, it's just entropy waiting to happen. It just at some point you're gonna break 1, 7, 45, like all kinds of stuff. It's just are gorgeous models, but transporting them is definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember like my Eidolon, like he had the big spear, and like each time it broke, it just got shorter and shorter. So now like it's a very short spear with like the trident part literally touching his hand. Because I'm just like, no, we're done with this.
just blob of super glue, cut off the haft. Just get to the strong join. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, and it's great. Like, with the Canary tail, I'll wait till I get home, obviously. But it's like, you can see where it's re-glued a little bit. It's like, oh, I could repaint that, or blood for the blood god. Oh, she got bloody. Oh no. Oh no. Moving on. That's what I love about Daughters of Cain. Any break, you just glue back together, and blood for the blood god looks great.
Man, it's so much better than with the old metal models though, where you're like, you broke something and you're like, this literally will never go apart again. He's just not gonna have a left hand.
Yeah.
Do I have any plastic left hands that make no sense for this model at all, but it'll actually stay on? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. Yeah. I had the old Bodros with Igrim von Horseman, so like there's this massive, cool 2-headed Chaos Dragon and like 5th edition sculpt, and like I absolutely loved it, but like it was 10 or 12 metal pieces just for the dragon alone, and it was before I started pinning, and like at one point I think I dropped it and just shattered into like 7 pieces, and like you can't, like that's not something you can glue together in game. So I'm like just like putting the feet on the base, like here's my Chaos Dragon. Here you go. That's what you're fighting against. Yeah.
Yeah, I know all my old like High Elf, Wood Elf, and Dark Elf dragons. Like some of them have the plastic bits, and some of them were all metal. Like the Twilight Sisters from Wood Elves, they're all metal. The wings and all.
Yeah.
That's all held together by super glue, and it's still holding. And I'm just like, I don't know what I was doing. How much glue is actually on this? Because it's crazy. It's just...
Yeah. Well, and the worst thing is, like if you use super glue on plastic, if you get it the first time, it sticks. If you don't get it the first time, there's super glue all over it, and you've got to glue it again, and then the super glue doesn't stick to the super glue. Like with metal models, it's like 17 times worse. You're just like sitting there trying to, Oh man.
Yeah, like you're holding things at odd angles. At least with plastic, I can borrow other miniatures that I just assembled to hold up the spear or like the shield in the right way. It dries with the glue.
Yeah.
But the metal, it's just like, no, it's just you and your hands and inconvenience for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I do love my metal models, but I don't miss putting them together. One of their local players was like, "I have a metal Archaeon on Dorgar from like 6th edition. I have no idea how to put it together." I'm like, "I can give you some tips, but it's gonna be a long haul." Like,
Yeah,
it's a gorgeous mini, but you know,
yeah,
I'm like, "All
it'll
right,
be
well,
worth it.
you got yeah, like you got to put some paint on this bit, and then you got to push that bit together where it goes, and then you got to drill in the middle of the paint, and then you got to like actually pin it, and then you actually put it together." Yeah,
Oh man, metal models.
Mhm.
It's like but there's still part of my brain that's just is like nostalgia. Like enjoy your metal models, and I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Let's not. It's
Yeah,
like let's enjoy them for what they were and not go back.
yeah. I do enjoy the heft of them, but it does go down to like
Oh yeah,
the monopose metal models are still some of my favorites, right? You paint them and you varnish them, and they're like good to go, and they are super freaking solid. They are not going to break for anything. Like the Brian Nelson
yep,
Orc Shaman sculpt with a huge, massive bone thing. It's just like you could whip that at somebody and do some damage. Like this is a wargaming miniature for sure.
exactly. Yeah.
I have some metal miniatures that I could throw at somebody and cause real damage, like concussion type damage.
Nice. I mean, I've got the Forge World Chaos War Mammoth. Like that could do some
Oh my
damage,
God,
but like I could never, I could never throw that thing. It's my baby. But yeah.
that's good.
Oh man, I'm definitely excited for these new dragons coming out. These new Draconif. That is a
Oh
super cool addition to AOS for sure.
yeah, Mufasa and Scar. I love them.
Mm-hmm. Mufasa and Scar. Be
Yeah, whoever did that.
prepared.
No, I can't
Yeah, I
wait.
mean, obviously very much inspired by that, or unconsciously or consciously, whichever. So.
Hey, who cares? Just have fun with it. They're toys.
Yeah. Well, and I
Paint
was
them up.
waiting for it because they're like, this is the era of beasts. And I'm like, so are we going to have like actual monster beasts in Dominion? And no. I'm like, so where are the beasts? We're getting beasts. We have to get beasts. It's like, oh, okay, we got dragons. Good. That's cool.
Oh, he had the Bucks championship hat on. I saw there.
Uh huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Like basketball's a sport. Since I live in Pittsburgh, we don't have it, so it's completely off my radar. And then all of a sudden, it was very on my radar because you know, like so many of you guys are like in the basketball. I was like, I'm like, go Bucks, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
Go
I want my
sports ball
friends to win.
team.
Go sports
Yeah.
ball.
It's like
Yeah.
my
For
friends want them
me,
to win. I want them to win.
Kick the ball in the goal.
yeah. I do enjoy sports, but I enjoy them way too much, and I get way too invested in the games, and so like I just get super pissed off when they lose, or like they do something frustrating. So I'm just like, all right, I just should not watch sports. I'm just gonna read the paper and see what happened, and like be able to have some minimal conversations. But I work at a restaurant on Saturday nights, and they have TVs up in the front bar.
All right.
So I was able to watch like 4 or 5 of the Bucks games on the ones that were on Saturdays
Go
with
Bucks.
like a massive crowd of people that were super invested. So that was pretty fun. All right, so I got a good Bucks story, which is going to be
All Bucks stories involving how good the Bucks are good.
which is going to be one of my eternal things I wish I could have done. So at ACO, my wife's husband, or my wife's father, excuse me, gave her $100 and said, I need you to go gamble this in Atlantic City. The problem is I don't gamble except to buy like lottery tickets. And my wife also does not gamble. So like we're in a casino and she's like, I have to spend this $100. So she went down to the casino floor and was like, all right, I guess I'll play some slots. And like she spent $40 over the course of like 45 minutes and was just like, I'm done with this. This is not my favorite thing to do. And I was like, all right, so like just go and do like, poker or like go and play roulette, like go and play. It's just like, but that's like $15 a roll. And I'm like, you're supposed to spend the money, sweetie. Like, that's literally the point. And she's like, no, I don't know the rules, and I feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. Like, I'm not gambling, so, like, I'm not going to tell you would need to go do this. But we walked past the sports betting, and they had the Bucks on. And this was, like, game 4 of the third to last series. And she was like, I wonder if I
Nets.
can put money on the Bucks.
Would have been
And I was like,
Nets.
yes, you can put money on the Bucks. And so she put $60 down on the Bucks to win. And so her dad really had fun watching the game and be like, oh, we're going to win money if the Bucks actually win. And turns out they did. So we won $126.
Nice.
And so I was like, all right. So we won the $100 back. We gambled it. We won. So that's mine now. Like, that's my $100.
Mhm.
But this extra 26, that's like profit off of the top. And I'd rather have a good story than have $26. So we went back to the sports window to put $26 down for the Bucks to win it all. And they wouldn't let us place the bet because there was another basketball game going on, and the line wasn't going to be set until the next morning, and we flew out of ACO at 7 a.m. before the window opened. So I never got to place the bet. But it would have been amazing to win who knows how much money betting on the Bucks to win it all after they won game 4 against the Nets. I can't even imagine the odds.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No, everyone had the Nets winning that series. I think the Bucks were against the Bucks even with an injured Kyrie.
Yeah, so that's my Buck story. There you go, Meph.
No, Jolly, it wasn't a mix-up.
I need to go head out and get ready for the event, so I'll check in with you
good
later
luck.
to keep up the great work.
Ominously, he said, "I'll check in with you later." No, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, Chuck.
The coffee is so bitter. I put like just the tiniest splash of creamer in it, just because I like to dilute the actual coffee itself for my teeth. But no sugar, just almost black, like my soul is almost black. I've got a little bit of a no. As far as Jolly, so like you select a prize. The way this works is if you donate during that prize block, you're entered for all of them. Which reminds me, I was supposed to tease a surprise edition this morning. So at 10 a.m., we have it down to win a KO plus gift card. That's the KO Warband. Basically their Underworld Warband equivalent.
Super sweet.
Which I'm told is like really awesome. Yeah, so it's that plus a $50 gift card for Pro Painted Studios. In addition to that, we are adding another prize to the block, care of Ministomp. So Ministomp, pretty much one of the premier suppliers of Warhammer if you're in the Midwest. Like
Ministomp is where I got that Cursed City box.
Yeah, Ministomp. He's just really good discounts, basically as low as he's legally allowed. So like really good dude. I've gotten probably the vast majority of all, with the exception of like the time I bought the box of death off of some idiot on Facebook selling way too much death for way too cheap. Because, what happens is like, I don't want to play this army anymore, and they sell it all and just to move it. And like I just happened to get it all. Speaking of which, I've actually got what I will be painting today is a Vargeist from the box of death that I didn't realize I had, because there's just 3 assembled based primed Vargeists in the box of death. So
bold move starting from a black primer there, Meph.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. We'll have to bring it up, I suppose. Just have fun. I'm just gonna Bob Ross it, man. I'm just gonna look in my box of paints, see what I got, have fun with it. Yeah,
happy little vampires.
yeah.
Nice.
And if it sucks, I'll reprime it and do it again because it's paint, man. That's what you do. So Ministomp is going to be adding a sort of promissory gift. It's not out yet. We don't know the release date. Not even the distributors do. Not even he does. But he vows 1 dragon to 1 lucky member of Chat Gang.
Ooh, that is a prize.
So donate 5 for the KO, 10 for the dragon gets you entered for the dragon and the KO during the 10 a.m. to noon block, the Doctors of Warhammer. So if you donate then, entered for the KO for just $5. If you do 10, you're entered for both.
Cool.
So,
That sounds wonderful.
yeah. So, Ministomp is one where, yeah. So he's like I said, really solid discounts. Usually, the way this system usually works, you email him like need invoice for whatever it is, and then he sends you a quote with all those sweet deep discounts. Yeah. If it were like just if it was just like someone like writing me an IOU, no offense, True, I see you there, brother. I would trust them, but it felt awkward to do like a promise of a dragon from someone else. But it's Ministomp, and it's his business. So there you go. Let me turn that on. In fact, incentives. Look at that. I already had it sitting there. Edit. It is created. It is live. Check our overview here. $7,317.27. Closing in on. So whilst I slept, the me streaming Mass Effect incentive was met. Not quite to Robics yet, or Kraith Robics yet. We'll get there. Let's check in. Have we had any? Sweet donations. I see you there. $50 from Paul from the Mortal Realms podcast. Says Rise and Shine, Meph. Thank you for the $50. Kyle Knapp for Soren, the maddest lad. $5 from Kyle. Thank you so much, Kyle. WSorran, I can't help myself. Good morning from Texas. $5. Good morning from Wisco.
See, I had to hear you say good morning from Texas.
Good morning from Texas. Yeah. We've had some Texas oil barons in here, man. So you got a good morning to Texas. Specifically, everybody else in Chat Gang, but specifically Texas. How y'all doing? Joe Fisk says, I really appreciate. Donates $50. Says, I really appreciate you put this together. Thanks for everything that you do. Thank you for your donation. That'll, of course, enter you to win the Soulblight Gravelord box. $50. Donated any time throughout the stream. That's the constraint. Why is my phone making... Stop being a phone. This is why I always leave it on silent. Like, just silent, mute, never make noise, never vibrate. If you want to get a hold of me, you'll find a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Hades Death God. You sent me a message. I'll check them out in a second. Joel Graham. Don't watch the VOD. Do not watch the VOD. $5 donated. Thank you so much. Cubic Shenanigans popping off with $20. Thank you. Cubic Shenanigans. Of course, they sponsored the grand prize here. So by sponsored, I mean literally just bought it all and like we did like a handoff like it was contraband. Like met each other halfway on the highway between Milwaukee and Sheboygan and like swaps. Like I put a bunch of like non-perishable food stuffs in his trunk and he put a bunch of vampires in mine. It was a good day. GDead. It's good to donate right when you wake up. I agree. It should be part of a morning ritual. Coffee, throw a little $5 at a charity here and there. $1,000 donated from Rational Nihilist. Says it reminds everyone that Chat Gang ain't nothing to mess with. And Minimum Pants dropping 1,000 RDP to remind everyone that Chat Gang ain't nothing to mess with. All right.
No.
All right, we're caught up here.
Meph,
Yes, sir.
would you like me to generate some content?
Oh, generating
talking about Path to Glory.
Talking about Pants to Glory.
Path to Glory. Sorry.
Pants
to Glory. Although that's awesome too.
Pants to Glory. That's right. I didn't mishear you deliberately. No. Yeah. So real quick, just real quick shout out, Chat Gang. This is your block. This is about you. If you want to join in, hop on into you know the link. You should be in Discord already because you're part of Chat Gang. There's that. Hades, have you slept yet? Man, I feel like you were. I feel like I started running this charity and you were there. And You're here now. No one usually beats me in the failing to sleep game. Usually I'm the master of this technique. So chat gang, just hop on in here, grab some minis. If you don't want to have minis, grab some coffee. Come and hang out. This block is all about y'all. Okay, this is not. I am but a passenger. I am a figurehead on this ride. And I gotta check my
Morning.
DMs. Morning. D6
Good
in the
morning.
house. One of the OGs of Chat Gang. How's it going, my friend?
Going good.
Good.
I've been up all night.
How did that happen? You weren't watching some schlub on the internet, were you?
Oh, I was watching you for a while, and then while cleaning my room the whole day. But
Being productive along with it. I like that. I like that.
and I was playing a board game with my friend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Board game.
Pacific Rim Extinction. It's like a skirmish game.
Nice.
It's pretty fun. We were just
Cool.
trying out the game the first time today.
Nice.
By the way, if anybody has any hobby questions, I can't read the chat. I'm pretty sure that Beth will ask me if anybody wants to know anything about how I do. what I do. Not that I'm as good as Vince.
All right. Sorry I didn't see that sooner there. Hades. Let me see here. I'm gonna do a real quick redraw on the Blood Bowl. I understand not having an interest in Blood Bowl. You're allowed to have poor taste in games. No, I'm kidding. There we go. One. Luckily, the Blood Bowl one is the easiest to redraw. If it was the Mega Gargant, I would just tell you no, you're gonna have a Mega Gargant you don't want. No, just paying it forward here. So let me go ahead and still have the CSV open from before. Oh no, need to set the right number. Just gut for a Blood Bowl team here.
Congrats.
So,
Yeah, congratulations.
oh, get it on the right document here. Just got
Those are some nice minis for sure.
Blood Bowl. I hear one of my dogs is awake, just getting into shit. Just like could hear the metal dog food dish just get lifted out of its since Casper's he's a deep chested, he's a Wyoming. We have this little rig where it's like up higher, so he's he can be comfortable fucking eating. He's a dog. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've got that for him. Apparently, I'm still in late night mode. 6 a.m. for me is still last night, or 7 a.m. for me is still last night. And there we go. Just got one's the Blood Bowl team. So I can hear him. He likes to pick the tray out, and they'll just walk around the house with the bowl in his mouth. And I heard him lift it out of the rig, because sometimes there's food underneath it, and I didn't hear the groan, but I know he groaned when he saw there was no food underneath it. Man, dogs. I love dogs so much. They're just they know.
But I know my dogs are awake when they're fighting over a toy in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Man, hey, I'm really pleased with this. My so this is my wet palette here, and this thing was dead. The it's a sponge. It's a fucking sponge. The hydration foam inside was just I could have thrown it like a shuriken, and it would have stuck into somebody. Certainly drywall. And all I did is just ran it under warm water for a million years, and it started to come back, and now it's just sitting here floating around, and we're looking like we're good.
Nice. This one wet palette I have has a seal on it, so it stays wet for a long time when I reopen it.
All right, chat gang, you're gonna need to help us solve like a domestic question here, a very important question. And we're in the den of shit. We're just in the den of evil. We're not even in the lock chat here. What am I doing? Here, chat gang, if you want to hop on in here, paint some minis, grab some coffee, whatever it is.
I'm definitely having coffee. I have Quick Trip coffee, which is potentially the best coffee because it's from Quick Trip.
I mean, they have ice cream in them, so I'd say yeah, they're ice cream.
I do enjoy their ice cream. It's good.
I'd say they're ice cream.
I mean, it is a good question. They're definitely with ice cream, but is it like an ice cream casserole? Is it an ice cream sandwich? Like there's a lot.
Well,
of
like,
questions to go
I got a question. Is a Dairy Queen frozen cake ice cream? Like, I think
I
this
mean,
is...
it's an ice cream cake. It's definitely an ice
Yeah,
cream
but
cake,
like
right?
like a horsefly isn't a horse, you know? Like what we call things is somewhat arbitrary in terms of defining it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, an ice cream cake does melt if you leave it out of the freezer.
is this how we
right?
determine it? So like in determining what is a platonically what is ice cream? Like what is
Yeah.
like it must melt for it to, like cheese melts, but it's not ice cream. You know, like but it is
Yeah, but
essential.
Is it
Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
No, go ahead.
Is it a colloidal suspension of frozen milk and sugar? Is the real question, right? Is that what?
Look
we're
at that!
dealing
Like
with?
wow,
You get
wow!
sticky
But
fingers when
colloidal
you try and eat it.
suspension of milk and sugar, sometimes usually egg, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I've got black, so my contrast paints are useless to me. Useless. Oh, flayed one flesh. This might be the way. Screaming Skull. Oh, rip Screaming Skull. I knew you well. Oh. We can bring that one back. We can bring it back. It's always just depressing when you open up your box of paints, or maybe like real hobbyists have like some sort of rack configuration that their paints just stay on, and you like go in there and you're like, oh man, that one's dead. Here we go. My OG Blood Angels for like different weapon profiles because I rolled the bigger dice in it for like rend or whatever. I have a cube like this sitting around somewhere, same color that are for my Blood Angels, regular D6s. I haven't seen these in a while. I forgot I had these.
Landmine just keeps posing different questions about the fact.
No,
that
we are
he thinks
here.
that
Chat
ice
Gang
cream
is here for you. I'm gonna watch.
Which physical state will it be served in? That's a good question. I mean, I probably wouldn't ask that. But if you said it, that I'm going to get ice cream, you gave me an ice cream sandwich, I wouldn't be disappointed, but I may be slightly surprised.
All right.
See,
Right?
I think it's ice cream. I was being kind of snarky before. I think it's ice cream. Like I think ice cream sandwiches are like the drumsticks, or the like the little sprinklies. Yeah, that's ice cream. It is a weird thing to where like, hey, we're coming over to your house. Do you guys have ice cream or do we have to pick some up? Like, that's a weird interaction to me at like the face value. Like I've never went over to somebody's house with my children and be like, yo, we're coming over and play board games. Do you guys have ice cream? Or like, do I got to grab some shit? Like, that's never happened. I've never been on either side of that like interaction.
My sister does that.
Your sister does that?
The limit is,
Yes.
I demand ice cream to
Yeah.
come over to your house.
Yeah.
No, she's like, you guys have ice cream? No? All right, we're going on a trip, so we get ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, like,
I'm not
we're
judging.
looking at,
I'm not judging, mind
Yeah.
you. I just ooh, sepia. Sepia might help us. This might help us get some
Also, these are the OG dice I use for Necrons.
Nice.
love it. Hit 3,000 raised overnight. That all on Heywoah on that one, man. I went to bed at 3 a.m. So got my requisite 2 hours of beauty sleep. What do we got here? Warlord Joel, can I DM you my work in progress model and get some opinions from Soren and Chat Gang? Throw it up in general chat if you don't mind, and then I can if you throw it up in general chat in Discord or the minis, models, and art section in our Discord, I can take a look at that. I can show everybody. Soren will see it. Everyone can see it that way in Chat Gang. That is our this is our haunt as it were. See, Deathmage Jared's got some orcs. Fluke Skywalker with the just awesome sort of like Wrath of the Lich King undead army he's got going on with like the ice themed undead. Really really cool stuff. A lot of great hobby goes on in Chat Gang's Discord. Oh, Soren, you got some of the Cruel Boys?
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm in the middle of painting. I'm hoping to have all 40 of the Hobgrots and 20 Gut Rippas painted this weekend.
oh man, I'm so happy to see Dark Elf Sorceress working on a Gotrek. This makes me so happy. Now I don't want Gotrek nerfed, like in any way, shape, or form. Look at this hobby going off this morning, everybody. You love to see it. Warlord Joel. There we go. There we go. Look at this. Here's some stuff. All right, Chat Gang. Rate my model is spiritually what Joel just said. Man, like I know, like I love cavalry. Like I have a weakness for cavalry, and like riding beasties and stuff like that. And like Beastclaw Raiders are awesome, obviously, but like it's mostly just like the Stonehorns and Thundertusks, and then like kinda Mournfang, right? I'm not gonna knock Mournfang. I think they're sweet. They've got so that gives them 2 kits of cavalry, right? Effectively, I'm counting anything that rides something as cavalry right now for the purposes of this premise I'm laying down.
Is this
And Ossiarch Bone Reapers, I love Cavalos Death Riders. They were like, you had me at hello. If I had designed something in my mind's eye of like Pan-Asian, like Black Knights re-envisioned for the new game, that would be it. I love the new Blood Knight sculpts, like, but I go to all the armies that I like, and I think of Cavalry, Brass Stampede, where it's just, you kind of have your Crushers or Juggernauts, right? And I think about all those cavalry, and then I just looked at the barely teasers of Cruel Boys, and they have just awesome dudes on beasties. Just the highest density of dudes on beasties I've ever seen in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they're all different too, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you got 4 different kinds of naked mole rat.
Yeah. I love the Kim Possible blast, by the way, right there, like the naked mole rat, and then it's the Kim Possible pet. All right, so you see the sort of man, this is gnarly. It's got like a distinctly like hyena vibe, which is kind of like pretty synonymous with orcs, like the Worgen, the Warg, right? Like, but then it just starts to go in this like sort of snaky, like reptilian way. These things are sweet, man. Cruel Boys are cool. If ever I were going to be a destruction player, like we found the army. So what's
Nice model.
so yeah, you got the work in progress in there.
Yep.
So what is the question for Chat Gang? Need some advice on the skin color. Is it okay? Any tips for blending it better? Soren, you're kind of like one of our main painting laureates. Paul, you're not too bad either. D6, you're also really good. D6 does a painting Twitch streams. What do y'all think? I'm going to defer to your wisdom.
I'm going to say this is going to be really weird at first, but in order to blend better, you can go one of 2 directions. You can go in with blazes and blaze slowly, making it smaller areas. Or you can go with what I've seen a lot of people do on this particular model, and that is kind of like do small strokes to make it look like fur.
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing small strokes with a lighter color, yes, it looks like fur, but a lot of like animals in real life have stipples and spots and things of that nature. Look at your normal dog; it's not all one color. You know, you've got little patches of sometimes even just one or two hairs that are a different color. So think of that whenever you're looking at one of these bigger models and think to yourself, how can I do something with a little bit more character on it? So that's the way I would go personally. Is I'm going to paint two of those and I'm going to make it look like it's got fur on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the swamp art looks great.
It's a good model.
I know, like, I think Vince has a video on drawing textures to blend.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we got here? Hades Death God just sent the exact opposite leader. What do we got going on here? Hades Death God. Also an absolute stellar piece of like cavalry. Again, I'm not meaning like cavalry in terms of the unit, just thing mounted on thing. This is that arch regent, right?
Yeah, this guy's my second favorite Lumineth model.
What's your favorite?
Light Eltharion.
Nice.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this one's probably my favorite, but that's because I classically love like mounted things.
Mm-hmm.
Like my
Weird.
Yeah.
Favorite Lumineth model is Teclis.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that.
I-
Yeah. I've talked about the difference between like Pallid Witch Flesh. That'll help us lighten it up. If I want to go a little lighter, maybe throw in a splotch of green. Get it to look a little bit fetid. So I'm gonna have trouble with the tufts of stuff, but I'll probably go for a little bit of a red with the Bugmans.
Nice.
There we go. There's just a regular ass red, so I can bring it up from that.
So, how are you approaching this model, Meth? So you started on a black base coat. So, like, how are you picking the colors, and what are you attempting to do with this
I'm
model?
just Bob Rossing. I'm just gonna put paint on a model, see if I like it or not. What do you mean? Like, I know that I want to go in a roughly like skin, but I got to fight this black,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'm probably gonna need a couple of coats. My lightest is actually just Pallid Witch Flesh, so we're gonna work our way up to that. But I'm probably gonna start by either going with the Rakarth Flesh, seeing what that looks like. If I have to, I'll mix it with a little bit of the Pallid Witch Flesh for the mid-tone, and then bring it up to the full Pallid Witch Flesh. And then I can use actually just like a bone white, Corax white, something like that for the dry brush and the highlights to just bring it all the way up from. Because I'm fighting, it's gonna be dark, just because it's I can't help that. I didn't prime this. I wouldn't have primed in black. I don't do that anymore.
What model are you painting?
I've got a random Vargeist I found in the box of death.
Oh, nice.
Box O Death.
That's gonna be painful for black. Yeah, I know. Like, it's just what do we get? No, I'm prepared for this. Ha! Tiny paint handle works for absurdly big model.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna give to one of the streamers this year.
Probably gonna do like a super deep red for like actually the webbing on the wings.
Nice.
See what that looks like. You want actually like a little bit of green in the skin, and then with the red in the wings, I think would be kind of neat. Make them look a little fetid and gross. And then just like a brown red for like the fur. Problem is my paint selection is like very specific to what I was doing, and I don't have a lot of other stuff, so it's like kind of sickening stuff.
Well, everybody thinks that you need this huge paint collection. I've got a huge paint collection, but you can do a lot with just basic colors.
This is gonna be painful. Yeah. All right. Next step is where my Giannis Antetokounmpo poster is that nobody can see. Is gonna be paint racks, but before that happens, because he can go over here. He can be here. Oh, hang on. It's August 1st. Excuse me. We get to see a new sick dunk from Giannis. What do we got? So look at him sweet dunking over here. I swear, there's something childish that I just absolutely love about basketball. All right, what's our new dunk? Just a full year of Giannis dunks. The calendar. This is the best calendar in the world. If it's just dunks and mean mugs. There we go. Oh no, we get a fadeaway jumper here. But note, like in NBA Jam TE, his shoes are red, so he's holding the turbo button while he does this fadeaway.
Nice.
He's on fire.
That's right. Oh man.
I'm painting Oryx, so if I paint them red, do they go faster?
Everyone knows that's true. You remember when you actually had to paint things red for Paint It Red? I remember.
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
And then Games Workshop
Remember
tried to tell me
everything-
in their FAQ, like, painting and proxy, like, that painting is proxy. And I'm like, get the fuck out. Like, I've never, like, it was that, of course that's what they were going to say. At the beginning of the FAQs for, like, 3.0 this year, they did that thing where, like, can you proxy a model? And they went out of their way to talk about painting, like, Hollow Heart or whatever. I have never more thoroughly rejected an FAQ answer than in that instance when I'm like, no, paint is not a proxy. I don't, like,
Same.
like, paint your models how you want. Like, 3-color minimum. I gatekeep in one fashion. I very strongly push people to paint their models, even though I'm, like, one of the worst offenders for never, ever fucking painting that you know of. I just don't do it on stream. You know. Although I have had the exact same Mortec guard on my paint handle for, like, forever. Did I glue that one on?
That would set my teeth on edge,
What's that?
having the exact same model on my painting desk forever.
I don't know, man. I lost my mojo. I mean, we don't... You know, I feel like because I'm somewhat of a brand or whatever you want to fucking call it, or an influencer, I have to, like, keep up a modicum of positivity, which I guess is something we haven't talked about in the mental health capacity here for a little bit, but, like, I feel a little obligated to project some positivity a little bit more than, you know, maybe I feel, you know, to suck it up or whatever, but...
Well, you have your presenter voice, right? You have a presenter persona.
Yeah. Well,
which is not who you are. It is who you present to the public, and everybody has that.
and some of it is, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have it, like, just going to work, you present a different thing at work than what you do. You know, this isn't, you know, it's such, ooh, we just hit 7,500. Hang on one second.
Nice.
7,500.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That puts us to Tay Crathrobics. I'm gonna talk. I have some Meph yoga pants. Well, technically Molly has them. I'm gonna steal them. I will be doing these Crathrobics in these pants. I hope everyone's prepared for that. Like, and by everyone's prepared for that, you're welcome. But yeah, like
You're welcome.
the internet is commodified authenticity. Like, being authentic is the most critical aspect of selling yourself on the internet as a influencer or whatever. And I don't know. Like, the worst thing you can call someone right now is disingenuous, inauthentic, not real. Like, these are the insults you throw at, like, content creators when you want to, like, hit them. What is the Crathrobics? It will be an aerobics workout video, basically. We're just calling it Krathrobics because Chuck more branding. But we're gonna do like a workout video. I imagine like that scene in is it in Running Man when Jesse the Body Ventura is just like posing around the room and like you're gonna feel that burn and like it's just like that whole thing and it's just all the like the people in the background like working out. It'll be like Chuck Moore as Jesse the Body Ventura and then I'll be the like the girl in the leg warmers and stuff with the hair. I'll be doing that.
Headband, all pastel colors.
Yeah, except my own yoga pants. It's how like we actually just bloodlet a bunch of people and dance in the blood like proper Krath like no, obviously not.
Sure that you can get plenty of blood from a Halloween store.
It's true. It's true. So it's fine.
Hero corn syrup and red food coloring. There you go.
If we do black and white, chocolate syrup, watered down just a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like if you do black and white, it's the Kurosawa cheat, like chocolate syrup and you water it down some. Like it just because the contrast between it and like the black and white, like just sort of the film at the time, it's super pronounced. It's properly viscous. So that was the. I'm not a weeb. I don't, I'm not like oddly, weirdly obsessed with like a bunch of Japano stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Speaking of weeb stuff, though, I don't consider myself a weeb either, but I work at a restaurant, and last night...
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't know enough about current, like, anime and all the stuff that's trend. Like, like, they started talking about Persona 5, and I'm like, I played it a little bit, but it didn't hold my interest, so I can't go deep on the, like, the trivia. And for me, like, I feel like you need, like, more knowledge than I have. I just have, like, a functional knowledge base that never moved past the year, like 2005 on like stuff, but a general love of Japan and like obviously I'm a big fan of like samurai and feudal Japan and the various like periods, Edo, Meiji, like and just kind of like what was going on there. And I blame Ninja Turtles. It was 100% because I loved like Ninja Turtles was my first. I like Thundercats and a little bit of He-Man for like a period there. But it was like Ninja Turtles was the first thing that they had success, like that the corporation selling stuff to your kids. This conversation going on about Games Workshop, like they don't care about us, the old folk. They care about selling our kids on stuff, right? Like, like that's the conversation right now. I'm like, this is not new. Like this is not new. Like selling your children on something is the business model of everything from Nintendo, the Pokemon company, to flippin' cigarettes. Like
tobacco companies, everything like Joe Camel, that's literally how we make money. We teach kids that this is the cool thing.
Yep.
Like that is the purpose of commercials, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, so I was waiting on a table last night, and there was a woman, and she had a massive tattoo on her thigh. It was probably like 6 to 8 inches, and I actually recognized the art style before I actually recognized what it was. It was Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Nice.
But the tattoo was so good that I recognized the style of the Avatar line drawing before I realized that it was actually Aang.
That's brilliant.
I've never actually seen somebody's tattoo that I was like, oh, I actually recognize this art style before I even figured out what the content of the tattoo was.
That's awesome. No, I mean, I think like if there is one IP more universally beloved than Avatar: The Last Airbender. The first one, Korra's a little, it came later on. Internet outrage culture had taken over. I had it put in perspective recently that like YouTube existed when Avatar: The Last Airbender came out, but it wasn't like it was only cat videos at that period in time. So like the like having the hot take culture, right? Like you have the hot take and the negativity about that just didn't exist.
Videos?
What was that?
I said there's more to YouTube than cat videos?
Yeah, see, and in the future which we live in, Soren,
Now, I will say that whenever I started watching anime, all the anime was something like One Piece and Bleach and Dragon Ball Z. My kids were watching a anime the other day. It was I was reincarnated into another world with my smartphone. There was another one they were watching. The time I was reincarnated as a slime. It's like, what happened to this? Why are we going from one or two words to sentences for your titles?
Probably a
Just all-
translation thing usually, like because you can compact ideas or concepts into like those exist as words in Japan or whatever, and then they have to translate them to American language, and they're like, this is like just a concept over there, and now it's got to be a sentence to explain. So
I love that it's no longer English; it's American language.
American language, yeah, like I'm like the whole selling your children and the whole like it's just this whole like different language, yeah. I Here we go. More people joining Chat Gang Hobby Hangout. I tried watching Korra. I didn't particularly dislike it or anything like that. It just didn't hold my interest. Bro, anime manga names get so fucking long. True story. Yeah, like Hellsing and Berserk, Akira. These are the exceptions. This is not the norm. You were fooled. But like that's the stuff I grew up on. Like in my day, I was in a literal VHS like swap club for anime in the 90s and stuff. Like that's how you got anime is like you traded VHSs with people on a college campus for the most part.
Yep.
And I learned that tradition from my uncle who did that shit with like old school sci-fi. And like like where sci-fi was like some of the weird sci-fi was treated like weird like contraband, and like all these Trekkie nerds. Sorry, they prefer Trekker.
Mhm.
All the Trekkers would like swap like all the like crazy like out of off the television episodes of Star Trek and shit, and learn to speak Klingon. Like that whole subculture. That was my one uncle, and like like he'd do that sort of thing, and like there were anime clubs like that, and he kind of like he showed me the TV show, like the direct to TV, fantastic like little sci-fi like sci-fi
That
network.
Alien baby scene still haunts me. I
Yeah.
saw it when I was little, and I was just like, "Oh, what is this? Is the craziest,
Yeah,
craziest
well,
thing
like,
ever."
That's like it's the lizard people thing, right? And it was just like, what
Yeah.
the like there's that like the whole
Yeah.
thing, and one of them, like I remember feeling genuinely sad because like the one woman falls for the alien, and he's kind of a cool alien, and then they have this whole dynamic where like no, actually the one who looks the most human's kind of wretched, and like like that whole thing going on there. And I remember like my uncle showing me that Sci-Fi Network or Sci-Fi Channel tried to like reboot it with Anara from but I watched like one episode and I'm like, this doesn't have the same like it just didn't have the same energy. It's too polished.
No.
It's too
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird because like I just kind of like I like dirty fiction, or like I like things that are like a little
Lived in.
yeah
Used futures.
yeah.
Star Wars used future, right? Like, oh, it's super cool and super futuristic, and it's got dirt on everything, right?
Blade
That was
Runner.
the aesthetic.
Yeah, Blade
right?
Runner 2049 is a great example of
Yep.
that. Like Blade Runner 2049 like is excellent, and like because it remembered that like it should kind of be dirty, and like so you have these shots of just like supreme contrast with like the pristine holographic neon lights, and then like you pan over to was that Ryan Gosling, right? Yeah. I think it's Ryan Gosling. You pan over to Ryan Gosling's character. He's got like blood coming down the crook of his nose. He's covered in just muck. The streets are like littered with trash. And you have that shot where he's like, "Did I ever tell anybody my sad robot theory?" That archetypically, my favorite stories are about sad robots. I realized it recently. I'm like, wait, why does everything I watch have a sad robot in it? Now, sometimes it's like spiritually a sad robot. Like one might posit that Nagash is a sad robot. Like he's this automaton. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Minimum
So you have a
pants.
category of sad robot, not necessarily a little
Yeah,
sad
it's
robot.
categorically sad robot media. Like RoomCody has a literal sad robot in it. Like and so like I love RoomCody. Gurren Lagann, the sad robot is implied.
Yeah.
Like, it's an implied sad robot. Like Kamina because he dies in the robot, and it's a super sad scene. So it's like you get the gestalt of what is a sad robot. Spoilers, by the way. It blew my mind when they did it too. By the way, I'm like, they just fucking killed the coolest character in the series like halfway into it. Like, and it wasn't even halfway into it. And I'm like, oh shit, there's a whole other like going wrong.
It was like a fourth of the series, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like a fourth because like they kind of trolled you with the first quote unquote series, like the 26 episode run you were expecting. He dies around like 13,
Yeah.
and they're like, by the way, 26 more episodes or whatever. You're like, huh? Like, such a good. We don't talk about how great Gurren Lagann was as a culture. How fantastic Gurren Lagann is. Sorry.
Yeah, the series. I love that series.
No, welcome to anime, son. You merely adopted the anime. I was born into it. Like you don't get there's a. I remember one of the original 4chan like anime threads was like, "How gar are you?" And it was like they misspelled, gay, and because obviously like toxic masculinity pervades through so many other subcultures of nerdery, but it was like, what was the character that was so cool it made you question your sexuality, and it was like always a wormwood or a wolfwood thread from Trigun. And so like the most gar characters are the ones that are like the coolest but always die. And Kakashi I think was considered gar too. Like, so there's like this whole subculture of like, honestly kind of like breaking against like the sort of like traditional tropes of how much can you like a character. Is like the whole gar concept. Does anyone remember this? I'm saying I'm not a weeb, but like I remember this entire debate on the internet in the early days of 4chan and Something Awful. So, what was that?
No,
You're the only weeb that remembers this, Meph. It's just you.
It's just me.
I know the Gar thing.
You know the gar thing? Yeah. This is. I mean, we were talking about like how gar are you, and like, and then it just became like, what are gar characters, and like this whole other thing sprang off of a typo because internet, and so like gar.
I'm Gar for Archer, right?
What's that?
The typo was I am Gar for Archer.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, wasn't that? Yeah, that's what it was. And then, yes. So like then like the whole like concept of gar characters. Wolfwood's like the token one. Spike Spiegel is a gar character. Like any of the characters that give you the feels and then die. Like Kamina is a gar character. Like this whole thing. We stopped doing it. Like obviously for retire the the origins of the humor that probably hasn't aged well. But I remember this whole. I used to like anime a lot more. I don't know. It's weird. The coffee's kicking in, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, I was gonna say the coffee has kicked in. Everybody, the coffee has kicked in. It's literally like a switch. You were just like kind of like talking, and then all of a sudden you like
Boom.
switched into high gear.
Boom. That and I turn on. We were talking about personas, right? Like I can, Kenny Lull combat phase pause. Thank you for the $10. So we've got half an hour left to donate for that awesome Curse City box. So you're gonna just donate if you want this. Trust me. Soren here, the Mad Lad. He showed out. He busted out like the oil washes and everything. It looks fantastic. Get your Gorslav. Exactly. How else are you going to get your OP Gorslav? How excited am I for Mass Effect 3? Oh my god. You are going to see a side of me you do not want to know. You do not want to you get the performative. I'm sorry, what was that?
Said Rocco had you going last night with the Mass Effect rant. He got you started.
I did one to give people a taste, like just because they needed to know. They needed to know.
Okay, then I'm going to say something out of left field. What are your thoughts on the Stormkeeps being in the in the SCE book?
If they reimagine them, like I hope they do, to be like sub-factions proper, I love it. Like, I absolutely love it. Or even a little bit of like a big wall type thing, if they can pull that off. But there's so many Stormkeeps, I don't see that necessarily happening.
I wonder if it's like the Seraphon thing, where it's like
That would be cool.
Starborn Coalesced, but it's like the raid party and the Stormkeep.
Well,
Mhm.
You choose between one of those two.
To answer your question, Kernigget, we can do a poll whether I play Femshep or Manshep. The thing is Femshep is more bearable as a Renegade playthrough than Manshep. Like Femshep is objectively better written across like both playthroughs, but Femshep Renegade in particular is way better written than like Manshep Renegade just is a douchebag. He's just a douchebag. He's being a douchebag for douchebag's sake. Like, he is just the worst. Renegade, like, Femshep, you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, like
So if the object of the game is to make me hate it the most I possibly can for the playthrough, you're going to want me to play Manshep. If you want me to actually have something redeeming to say about it, you're going to make me play Femshep. We'll do a poll before I go live. We'll do it the day of the stream. Everyone who's in there will dictate which playthrough. That's just a live playthrough thing. When I do live playthroughs, I tend to like default to chat, making decisions like that. So
yeah, when I was watching my roommate play Mass Effect 2, he was playing Paragon most of the time. There were some Renegade actions.
I like Paragon because Paragon isn't like in Mass Effect. Finally, you're not the naive good guy. You're just such a badass of like such a moral bastion of like hope and goodliness that the world conforms to you. Like there's a part where like the Paragon action is to just basically like the whole reality conforms to like how like everyone is being stupid and petty in the scene, and you point it out in such a way that like the whole world conforms to, and they're like, yeah, they were being stupid, and like it's so good. Like when you have such a position of being thoroughly correct about the Reapers coming and stuff, and then like, and you're just able to do it with such gravitas and deliver your like. Paragon is the best good playthrough too, by the way. Like it's a good playthrough because like usually good playthroughs, you know, it's the BioShock thing is you're either a literal saint or punching puppies. Like there's just no middle ground when they're writing these. Like there's no like whenever they write these like moral dichotomy games, it's always like literal sainthood, punching puppies. No middle ground. And Mass Effect is the only one that like kind of gets it right. The exception being like sometimes Renegade just makes the worst decisions, like committing a genocide. Renegade that goes outside the purview of like I don't know, just like an anti-hero or like a, you know, kind of gruff good guy. Like genocide's sorry, man, like dumb. But there is one Renegade action I will always take, which is punching the reporter every time without fail. Like, I don't even think about it. There's a scene where, or maybe it's not a reporter, it's a scientist, I think, or something like that. There's just this one scene where my brain didn't even register, like, that it was red or blue as a decision. It was like this person was such a shitheel. Punching was the only option.
I think there was another one where
is killing the assassin.
What was that?
the one
best
where you put the
renegade
guy off the
assassin.
Is killing the assassin? All right, hang on. I'm gonna get
where
more
you throw him
coffee.
off the window, right?
Look at this. This Snitbag showing up in like the custom swag. Nurgle King.
Nice.
Good morning.
Morning. I'm gonna go grab a little bit more coffee.
Morning.
And you all have me second guessing my choice on the Vargeist, so I might need to pivot.
I'm not second guessing. I'm just asking what you're doing. That's all.
Yeah, like I said, Bob Ross. I'm just gonna put model on it or paint on the model. Sometimes that's the whole like half the battle, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So, I wanna talk about Path to Glory because I love Path to Glory, and Meph's gone, so we're gonna not switch topics for like 3 seconds. All right. So my big thing is I want everybody to make a Path to Glory list for their match play army. All right, and I'll explain why. So number one, super simple. You go through, you've got the core book anyway, if you bought Dominion, and what you've got here is some basic, like, just note-taking that you can do. So if you make a Path to Glory book for your match play army, you can gain points in Path to Glory by playing match play games. And you don't actually have to use any of the rules for the Path to Glory advancement, but you can gain points and build up your units and make some veteran abilities. You can create a story for your army. And if you ever want to play a game of narrative, the games of match play that you have will allow you to have a narrative army pre-made by getting those veteran abilities, by getting renown, by doing quests. This is all stuff you can do in match play. All it does is add like 3 minutes of like note taking at the end of the game, and then when you get home, you can just roll up all your advancements and start working on your narrative. Because Path to Glory is a completely separate battle pack and a completely different way of playing, and everybody needs something to play differently every once in a while. So go ahead and just make up a list, and you just have to track like 7 different things at the end of the game, which are super simple. Did my unit die, right? Did my unit end up in my own deployment zone? And doing those little simple steps will allow you to literally build an army for a completely different system.
That's
So-
really interesting.
What is this?
So for Path to Glory, I'm advocating that everybody make a Path to Glory list, order of battle for their match play armies. Because you can build up experience in Path to Glory by playing match play. So even if all you're doing is playing tournament games, Path to Glory allows you to track that and to build a narrative for your units, so that even if you do get to the point where you want to play narrative, you've got a pre-made army that is your army, that you're already set to go, and your army will have units with veteran abilities, your heroes will have renown, you'll have extra things that you can use, like artifacts and spells, and you can do quests. And it's something you can do in your own time after you've played those games. So if you played 5 games in a tournament, right, say, with a match play army, and then kept track, you would have a great start on having a Path to Glory quest. Sure. So there's my soapbox.
It's a
Yeah,
good
I'll try
box.
that out.
Yeah. 'Cause of
Yeah, I
course I'm
find
gonna
myself
go.
playing a lot of like I come into even a match play game like very narratively. You
Mhm.
know, I'm always like, and why are we even fighting each other? Like, what?
Yeah.
I
Same.
need to know. I want that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it allows
so
you
it's
to
cool.
have more to provide for sure. And even if you never actually play a game of narrative play, you're actually creating a story. You're actually going through. You're double dipping, right? You're getting a match play game and you're getting a Path to Glory game. And it's a little bit of role playing in Warhammer, which is super fun and super cool. And if you're playing match play games, your general never dies. You never take casualties. You just build up experience for your army. So I would 100% advocate.
And my
just to
daughter's
go
yelling
through-
at me. 1 second.
Yep, no
But
worries.
keep going. This
Um,
is y'all's block, not mine.
Just go ahead and write down your order of battle and just keep track of a couple things, and you've got a completely different way to play. So go for it.
Now, I would probably have to play a match play game for that, but I also advocate naming all your characters.
I mean, yes, the narrative play system does require actually playing games.
Yeah.
But, if you really wanted to, you could make up your own stories and continue to roll through without actually playing games. If you wanted to role play your games as well, that is actually a theoretical possibility with the way the system works. So, yeah, kind of is what it is. But I think people are definitely underestimating the Path to Glory system because they're like, oh, it's the intro system for new gamers. And it's like, well, no, it's actually a completely different way of playing. It's just everything about it is different, and I love how it gives you access to a completely different way of thinking about playing the game. Because all the scenarios that you play in Path to Glory are different than the scenarios that you play for match play, right? None
Yeah.
of the games in Path to Glory are actually set in Gur. That's only a match play thing, right? It's just, to me, it's a free thing that you get because you're playing Warhammer, and who doesn't like free things? I mean, that's the real question.
Yeah.
Depends on what the free thing is. If you're offering me free tuberculosis, I think I'll pass.
I mean, tuberculosis is not actually an injury you can get to Path to Glory, so I think we're clear on that one.
I'm gonna get used to like where I've set this. You donated like $4,000 for me to do this right now. Path to Glory has been a lot of fun so far. I like the idea of again. I did a show on. It might have been with you, Paul, from the Mortal Realms podcast, the best lore podcast in the entire world.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think it might have been with you with like enhancing your tournament experience. Like you can put even into like the hardest nosed matched play tournament, you can inject it with narrative. Like I said, the example I love to use is like if you've got like that foot slogger hero and you're like, this is, big tough the general slayer, and his whole thing is just like, this is my war boss, and like he kills Jennies, right? Like that's just, and so you just you have these games where like, yeah, maybe you're gonna lose, and like you switch to the gear where you're like okay, I might lose this, but he's killing a Jenny because that is who he is, and like you give yourself these little like internal motivators and internal like narrative checks. This works for hashtag get goodening as well, by the way. Like this is just a tool to have, is like to figure out a way to put purpose into your games. The purpose can be to get better, how learn a lesson, kill a Jenny, like things like that. Like this is if you don't get it, what stopped you from getting it that time, bro? Like okay, you rolled bad dice, but like if you got there a turn sooner, would you have had another crack at killing the thing? Like it's just stuff like that, like teaching yourself like extra tools for engagement. And I think narrative is like the easiest extra tool for engagement. Even the most filth tier net listing stereotype of a grognard that you have for that guy plays Warhammer over another game competitively for some reason, and I almost guarantee it is because the flavor, the fluff, the narrative, something in Warhammer pulled them here instead of something like Magic the Gathering or Warma Hordes or anything else. Something pulled them here. Could have been their friends, right? But then if they're here for friendship and winning, that's also kind of sweet, right? Like, who doesn't, like, power of friendship and winning. Kamina,
it's one of those things where
I'm just
where
tying
you
it
go to a
back to
tournament,
anime. Kamina taught me about the powers of friendship and winning.
If you go to a tournament, you got 100 or 200 people, at a really large tournament, and who gets to like actually take home a trophy? 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 97 or 197 other people who are there to just have a good time, right? And if you're surfing the bottom tables,
where everyone's
you may
having
not
the
be
most
like,
fun.
All right. I mean, but yeah, everyone's having the most fun. But like, this literally is extra fun that you get to add to your army for free. Like, just playing the game gets you experience. You lost everything? Great. You still get experience for everything that you played with. You still get to actually advance your story. You still get to actually add things to your army. You get points for playing a game, right? And you start building up that story. You start building up that narrative. And all of a sudden, winning and losing isn't the only reason to play the game. I'm also advancing my narrative. I'm also earning points. I'm also gaining new artifacts. I'm also building up my stronghold. Like, one of the things that I've talked about in the past is when you're in those like bottom 10, 15 tables, right? There is something else that should keep you there. If you have somebody drop out of your
Usually
event,
it's beer,
right? Like,
but go on.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's beer, but also you would hope playing the game, right? Like the worst thing that can happen for a tournament organizer, and it has no power of their own, is when somebody just leaves.
Yeah.
Right. Just walks out after game 3, after game 4. Nobody wants that, right? Like, you don't want the player to feel like there was nothing worth playing 2 more games for. And this is at least something worth playing those 2 more games for. A story to talk about, like, and it encourages you to, name your characters, to create histories, like to actually make the army more yours than just the internet list that I found and bought and painted up, right? Because if it's all about finding your own joy and your own ownership in this army, this is a free way of creating more ownership and more joy out of your army. Why not?
Yeah. I'm here to the Lord will. I'm here to win games and make friends, and I'm all out of friends. I'm here to let me do it in the Duke Nukem voice, kind of. I'm here to win games and make friends, and I'm all out of friends. There you go. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the sub-commander. I shot the sheriff. Yeah. I just want to take time to admire my personal brush choices and how I shop for them. You see, these ones were called Detail Paintbrush Set 10 Oil Models Warhammer 40K, China. So this was like their whole their name on this barcode was their whole name on like Amazon. And they were less than $10 for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 brushes. It was like $7.99 or $8.99, something like that. So this is the way. I'm gonna wreck every one of these in order until I run out of brushes, and then I'm gonna buy them again. I follow me for more hobby tips.
This is a brush that I got from Hobby Lobby. It came in a pack of like 10 for like $7. I do have Polanski sables. Why use them? I'm like, I use it for very few models.
All of these are varying degrees of dry brush candidates. Like, there are people just like staring at my brush. They're like, I hate you so much. What have you done? But I did pick this up this time. So apparently this is more important than actually like good hobby brushes, which is cleaning them. So I've got a brush cleaner I've picked up. I've been waiting to bust these out.
Wait, you can clean them?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, like I don't know if you dab this on the brush directly. Do I make a solution and switch it around? I don't know yet. I'll watch a YouTube video. I'm sure Vince has one. You know, at some point he's going to run out of hobby videos to make, right? And he's just going to start re-recording every one of the hobby cheatings. Like, I want to be there for the day where he just loops. You know, like he just loops. Like I just saw a glitch in the Matrix. I've just saw a glitch in the hobby cheating, and it's just like the full-on re-release the old videos, don't even record new footage. This is the way.
You know, I have noticed a gap in his catalog. He has never painted a spider. So, I think he should paint spiders. But he doesn't like spiders, so I understand why he doesn't paint spiders.
Spiders? Is it as bad as...
gap.
Yeah. See, like, does he have, like, a borderline phobia, or is it just like, I don't like spiders?
Yeah, no, it is a, no, I don't want spiders. I don't want spiders in my house.
Oh,
You know,
okay, yeah.
My wife does not want spiders. Like, I will get in trouble
Oh,
for
cool.
having spiders.
Interesting.
So,
I never knew this.
Yeah.
I never knew this.
I mean, of course, I'm the person who finds out that this is how he feels about spiders. So,
We already had the spider section of this show, so I'm not going to rehash it too much. I'm cool with spiders. Just, you know, we've got
You're
an
allowed to.
understanding. All right.
so Soren, you said you've named your characters. What are the names of your characters that you remember?
All right, so I have Rock Bone Chewer. That is my general for Ogre Maw tribes. I
Nice.
have Rank the Pounder. He's a butcher. I have Hank. That is my Slaughtermaster. And then I have a Huskard or a Crosslord that I haven't named.
live. I understand.
I if I ever get to him, I mean,
Did you
he
just grow
paid.
glasses for that take?
What?
I think he's talking to chat.
Oh. Now, my favorite character is, of course, Steve. I have Steve. He's a Chaos Lord on foot. His name is
Nice.
Steve. I have a second Chaos Lord on foot. His name is not Steve.
Yeah. Roddy Piper said it first. It's in the bank scene or whatever, right?
Yeah, I've got Steve and not Steve for that.
Nice.
So I've got.
What's your favorite glorious deed from Steve or not Steve?
In order for them to have glorious deeds, I probably need to play the game.
Well, but I mean, you can also think of glorious deeds they have done, right? Like, this is, you know.
I haven't thought of one, but yeah, you probably could. But yeah, you have to play the game for them to have glorious deeds. There's no cheating that.
Fair.
One day I actually added it up in AOS 3. I have over 16,000 points of painted miniatures. And I've played
Nice.
9 games, 5 of which were against the
And
kids.
podiumed at the only tournament you've ever been at. Doesn't play
that's a great reason
Warhammer.
to retire right there. 100%.
Yeah.
Podium.
Yeah. 100%
Yes, I
podium.
came in third.
It's like how I'm undefeated in lunch money, and I just played for like a couple months, and like just never happened to never lose.
Oh, lunch money. That was a game for sure. For a time.
Sometimes there's a game, and it's the right game for its
That was-
time and place.
Yeah, that was a game where the design sold it 100%. Without the design, that game would not have been.
Well, the premise alone. You're in a
Yeah.
you're in a schoolyard fight, right?
Mhm.
I looked at the brush like longingly, like I was about to lick it, and I'm like, not today, brush.
When you paint with oil paints, you learn real quick not to lick your brushes. And when I learned painting, I painted with oils. So
All right, here we go.
Oh, I've never looked at a brush.
Never.
Never.
I cannot
The-
say that.
the first time I ever painted, I painted along with Bob Ross. Like literally. I was watching Channel 13, which is our local PBS station. And I painted along with Bob Ross.
All right, turns out I thinned this paint so much, I turned it into a wash. We're good. Get those abs. Nice. Vin Diesel abs. Let's go. Continue, sir. Don't mind me,
Yeah.
everyone. Why are we like Meph's painting a model on stream? Everyone quiet.
Surprised by it happening.
I'm almost
it's been
done with
84
my-
years.
You were just talking about abs. We just had to know.
Yeah. There we go.
So I've got base coats on models 6 through 10 almost.
Got 5 minutes left to donate for a chance to win that Cursed City box, everybody. So 5 minutes. We're sitting at $7,600. I'm almost gonna have to bust out the final secret slew of stretch goals, huh? After that, I don't have any
Final
more
secret.
secrets. Like it's just if we get the 8K, and I have to do the next set. Like I've got nothing after that.
So in fact, you do not have too many secrets.
No, nasty secrets. I'll tear the secrets from your flesh. Sorry. Old meme
I'm
is old.
very open to secrets.
I don't really
As,
keep many secrets. I am not the keeper of secrets.
As I was referring to the movie Sneakers, starring Robert Redford and
I don't- I
so
don't
many
think-
people.
I don't think I've seen it.
What?
I don't think I've seen it.
You've never seen Sneakers?
I don't think I've
It
seen
is
it.
like a
Me neither.
gem of a movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It's like the 90s. It's got Dan Aykroyd in it as well. It is a good movie with some amazing music. You should definitely find it. You should definitely watch it. It's fantastic. It's like I actually just saw an article about how amazing this movie was and how it's such an underrated movie of its time.
You donated for this chat gang. This is happening. Maybe this is the push I needed to get back into painting.
Is that a Hedonite of Slanesh that I see with the plastic glue? Are you putting plastic glue on there?
Oh, me? Oh, this is a converted Gotrek.
Oh, nice.
Let's see if I could. I'm not used to this angle. There we go.
Get that ass.
Sweet.
Get at it. Let's go. Ass flanges. Paint the ass
I love the
flanges.
cloak. That's amazing.
What was that?
Yeah, I'm trying to smooth the cloak out with the sprue glue.
Nice.
And then after it dries out, I gotta file it.
Very cool.
And then I gotta do some green stuff on his crest a little bit more, so it looks like the night crest
Yeah, that's
helmet instead of like
Heavy
there.
D6 streams over on Twitch, everyone. So I don't know if I've got a mod in chat able to link it. You can follow him and actually watch someone paint models with regularity. WSorran also streams, though just kind of in Chat Gang's Discord. So like, there's a hobby hangout in there. He's periodically in there throughout the week, and it's just a good way to. There was a discussion. I think I saw it by way of like Mangle Minis talking about it. About like, I don't know that they were the one that said it, but it was like, they were in the conversation. It was like the whole debacle was like painting and hanging out with people. Like, why do people do this? And
how it's hard for him to concentrate. Yeah.
Was that it was him who said that? Like, I don't remember if he said it or if I saw it because he like liked a comment in it or something like that.
I believe it was him.
Yeah. And like, I get it, but like, I also really do sincerely understand like the keeping each other on like, why do people work out together, right? Some people do it solitarily, and others, it helps them to have a friend with, or even just rando. Yep. So I think it's the same thing.
For sure.
I mean, humans are like aggressively social creatures. So much so that like we evolved other species to become part of our social like strata. Cows, freaking dogs, yeah.
Cows was your first thing that we evolved to.
No, it was dogs first. Strata? Like we domesticated dogs like basically before anything else, and we domesticated the dogs so we didn't get eaten by the big ass cats at the time.
Yeah. So. Your Wisconsin is showing first thing cows. I mean, they're super important, so I don't blame you.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah.
Apparently, like
I will say this.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I prefer streaming on Discord because I don't have to read anything. I can talk, I can chat, I can do all that, and I can keep going. And I like having people join me just so that we can talk and do things, because I can paint while I'm talking.
I can't
paint while I'm reading.
This is a struggle for me right now.
Typing at people.
I don't know how I painted like 60 more Tech Guard in a couple weeks. That was like 2 years ago. It feels like forever ago, but it was 2 years ago.
It was forever ago.
Like
10 years ago.
10 years. Is that the doc? OMG, your beautiful voice. I've missed it so much.
How you doing? I've been in here for like 20 minutes.
But you haven't said words.
I'm waking up. I have to go to work.
No, the
spice mines.
The elusive, the illustrious, the chat king, the doc king, all up in here. No, thank you. And that I just looked over. It is 8 a.m., so I got to do a giveaway. Hopefully, you all got your donations in for the. Clean my brush here. I forgot to grab a napkin. Oh nope, goes in the mouth then. I don't know what else you do in that situation.
If you won't smell your Vallejo surface primer, what are you really doing?
It
smells so good.
CSV, got it. Grabbed it.
Gonna be big draw.
Wow, this is the big one. This would have been a grand prize, like anyone
huge
else.
Prize.
Huge, big prize.
Oh, and it does come with a custom insert from Battle Foam.
The foam, right.
That insert, I happen to know, saves those models if you drop them on your foot. I know this.
This is beyond contestation. I know this with.
You flip it in the air.
No, I was wrapping it to put it in a box, and I didn't secure it on the table correctly.
You butterfingers it?
Yep.
Oh no.
I can't believe how light the donations were this hour.
Somebody's gonna run away with it.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, it is 6 to 8 a.m. on a Sunday. I couldn't even get McDonald's because they didn't open until 7 a.m. Can you believe that? Like,
no.
in what world is McDonald's not open until 7 a.m. on any day of the week?
Your McDonald's aren't 24 hours.
See, I didn't rig the system
No.
by rigging the random dice roll. I rigged the system by ensuring that only people I liked and the most dedicated were up.
Yeah.
Yeah, more for Chat
This
Gang.
was going to be a hotcakes and hot takes hour, but I could not procure the hotcakes.
All right.
It was a disappointment for me.
So we've got this one is SJ and then 11 on the other end. Sorry, 12 on the other end. All right. I can't believe how few people signed up for this, or how many few people donated for this.
They're still asleep. I would still be asleep. I mean, let's be honest.
I would still be
I would-
awake.
Yeah. I went to sleep at 2 a.m. and woke up at 5 a.m. So
12 is. Am I reading this? Make sure I got the right time here. Wait, when do we start this stream?
10 a.m. yesterday.
10 a.m. yesterday or 6 a.m. this morning? This block? I don't
Yeah,
even,
this block. Yeah.
like,
six-
is this an existential question? 6 a.m.
There it is. Okay, I'm back on track. Here we go. Sam should be DJ push start again. We've had back-to-back winners on some of these.
Nice.
All right, DJ push start it is.
Congrats. That is
Congrats.
a amazing prize. It's a great reward for being awake.
We've had some double winners this week, and it's just kind of like, well, Fair City.
Hey. So for the next block, right, for 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yes.
You've got the custom hand-painted, hand-dyed shirts,
Which are
right?
awesome.
Yep. And then you had also mentioned that Ministomp was doing a Promise of a Dragon.
Yes. Promise of a Dragon. That is for the following block, though. That's Doctors of Warhammer. We had a dragon.
The
So
Doctors of Warhammer. So that's for the 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
that is for 10 a.m. to noon is the
10 a.m. to
Dragon.
noon.
So that is
Got it.
yeah. Yeah.
I got to shout it out for Dying to Batik. Van Keene makes awesome stuff. I'm sporting some now. I got 2 Nurgle shirts. I got a Skaven shirt. You can also just have her. You can just contact her. She'll make you custom whatever armor you want, any color you want. She'll lay it out. She's what's up.
Nice.
That's my plug.
No, it's I agree, and so you donated a shirt, right? Like last year right after the Rantathon, you're like, dude, you got to have these shirts on the Rantathon next year, and I'm like, all right, and so you donated the one shirt, and then Van Keene, she was just like, I'm throwing in a shirt too, like I'm all right,
Yeah.
like the coolest present used to be, or the coolest prize used to be these shirts. It got usurped yesterday during the Just Play I'm sorry. The autographed meme picture, like it's more powerful than these shirts. But this is the second coolest prize in the whole thing. I'm gonna go grab the shirts. I can't really. I'm not gonna unwrap them because she did such a great job like packaging them. But I want to show them off a little bit.
Well, Chat Gang, you are the show within the show. We appreciate all of you.
Well, thank you.
Our bond is our strength. Your East back.
I gotta hype these. you know, SGDQ has a whole thing where there's prize guy, and he shows up and he tells you like what the prize is, and like if we can expand this in the future with like a prize guy, and like we actually get Rant House working next year, where like we have like a room with other cameras and I can cut to or go over, and there are people physically in person, so we can take it in shifts. Like we could potentially turn a 2-day event into like a 3-day, like real, you know, something of substance with like event, something like that. But like
3-day getaway.
yeah, like a, you know, Warhammer getaway, like have like maybe like keep it about the charity, don't turn it into a tournament. I think I'm pretty adamant about that. But like have seminars on like, you know, maybe have someone speak on mental health specifically, like, you know, have maybe Vince do a hobby class, like just the I've always been about the adjacencies to Warhammer, right? That's always been kind of my shtick. Like to have basically the like Warhammer adjacency for mental health type. That's my dream, I think, down the line, is to just build something bigger than me that sticks around after I'm gone and keeps trying to do good. But like look at this, hand painted, like even like the way that they do the beeswax and stuff, like it gets these like sort of there is no other shirt like this on the planet. Even if even if someone like wins this and you're like, yo, I want one of those, yours will be like completely 100% unique. No one will ever have this shirt. So this is the only one like it. Like again, like the little like the nifty little cracks from like the beeswax and stuff, like the hand painting the logo. And she like quartz crystal hunts and shit. So like included this pack of like quartz crystals for basing, cuz like they know what the fuck is up. Like so just like, I mean, it's just super awesome, like super awesome of her. So that's one of the shirts. This one's like a sort of like plain black with the like the purple Meph logo. You know, self-aggrandizing as I am, right? I started this whole thing just so I could wear my own merch.
That's the size is XL on that, right?
XL on all of them.
Yes.
Basically, so that the most possible person can wear it. Like, you know, if someone with a smaller frame or you know, one of the ladies at Chat Gang wins it, tie it off on the side, make it a whole thing. You know, like keep it fashionable. We went XL on everything just so the most possible people could. I'm sorry, what was that?
It would look like a nightgown on me.
Would it? You could do it.
Stop it, baby. Rock that crop top.
Yeah. No, they're coming back at like the 80s, like proof that like fashion is cyclical. Men in crop tops is coming back right now, where they cut it off and like abs.
Short
Come on, Doc.
top, baby.
I would if you win this, I would pay to see a picture of you crop topped. Here's the other one. This one's not going to show up as well. You can't see the details of like the gradients of purple and black and stuff in here, like the red blood drop. But this is a dragon logo. This is the blood dragon logo. That's actually, I had it upside down, but so dragon wing, dragon body up here.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So this one's
Sweet.
This one's cool. The like fucking ghosts that get trapped in the dye. It's so metal. I think I've got a better picture here. The Dying to Batik has been spamming the shit out of the instas, and I've had to like figure out how to kind of boomer my way through the instas, just like, you know, hitting buttons and shit, like share story to my close personal friends, and then like you have 0, and I'm like, ouch, Insta, like ouch. Like why you come at me like this? I've never felt more insult. Yeah. Thanks for
peace out.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out.
Take a little bit of a nap for the rest of the day. So
No, legit.
Be well.
Good luck. I will tune in later.
All right.
Tune
in. Let's go over to the Instas, actually. That's going to be the best way. I tried to write the Instas. The coffee wore off, everybody. Instead of like Instagram. The Instas.
Like the buff timer ran out.
Yeah. Yeah, the buff timer ran out. See, boomerang right now. I have no idea how to fucking navigate this. Do I search?
Matt, I know I DM'd you in Discord some of those pics too.
Yeah, but I'm worried if I switch over there, I'll like air something. Here we go. I got it. I figured it out. Yeah. Can we zoom? Yeah, let me zoom. All right, can we start the video over? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. So cool. Yeah, like super metal. Just I don't know. Wicked ass shirts.
Yeah.
Meph is the cat on the computer. Yeah, so these are the two prizes available this hour. My now second favorite in the of all the prizes. So, and let's just keep the hobby hangout going. I'm gonna grab Clint and pull